Hello. So today's class is going to be a 45-minute class and it's going to be with a focus on hips. So you will find it useful to have yoga blocks. I'm sitting on mine, but yoga bricks, yoga blocks handy. And if you don't have yoga blocks, you could grab a couple of thick books, hardbacks maybe, to use because we are going to be working on extending our hips, stretching out the inner thighs, working the glutes, and there will be some Hanumanasana in there, monkey pose, and blocks are really helpful for that. So like I said, if you don't have blocks, grab some books, or if you know you can access with just your hands coming down, then they're absolutely fine. Have fun and enjoy the class. Today, our focus is on hips. We will be doing a little bit of forward splits, a little bit of Hanumanasana. So either your yoga blocks or thick books or cushions or anything that you can put underneath your hands to support you coming into the pose. But we will start off, as always, lying down. And what I want you to do is to come to lying down with a block or a book or a cushion underneath your sacrum. So coming about halfway down your mat, you're going to have your block under your sacrum, and you can come into it lifting the hips up and just find that sweet spot underneath the flat bony part of your lower back, and then just let yourself sink down. You might feel a little bit of lengthening sensation in your lower back, and you might feel a little bit of drawing down sensation from your hips at the front as your belly kind of starts to melt down here. Arms by the sides, palms facing up. Just close your eyes and focus on your breath. So let's start with our bandha. So engage your mula bandha. Draw your pelvic floor muscles up and in. Traveling up past your pubic area, drawing that belly button up and in, keeping that core really nice and firm. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax the shoulders and let go of your spine. And you might feel a little bit more length in the spine. Deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, release the shoulders, relax the arms, relax your face. And then on your next inhale, pull that belly button up and in. Lift one foot up to the ceiling, point the toes up. And then just start to rotate the foot around the ankle, circling one way and the other way. And then bend the knee just a little bit and start drawing circles with your foot. So all of your lower leg is moving, circling one way and changing direction. And then hold it, extend the leg long again. And now like you're painting circles on the ceiling with your big toes. 4 or 5 circles about the size of a dinner plate, going one way. And pause, changing direction. Drawing on the ceiling with your big toe. 4 or 5 big dinner plates. And then bend the knee, bring the foot down, extend the other leg up. And try and get the leg as straight as you can. Point the toes. Start to rotate the foot at the ankle. 4 or 5 times one way, changing direction. And then micro bend the knee just a little bit, and then starting to bring the whole of the lower leg into it. Drawing those dinner plate size circles one way and the other way. And then pause, extend that leg long, point the toes. Now from the hip, drawing with your big toe on the ceiling, 5 dinner plates going one way. The movement's coming from the hip. And then pause and change direction. 5 going the other way. And pause, bend the knee, bring the foot to the mat, push into the feet, lift your hips, Slide the block out from underneath you and bring your spine down onto the mat. Draw belly button up and in as you bring one leg to tabletop and the other leg. Knees over hips, feet level with your knees. Slide your arms out to the side, palms facing up. Bring the feet and knees together and just start to let the knees drop about halfway down on one side. Engage your core, bring the legs back up and about halfway down on the other side. And inhaling back up. Back to the first side. Pause. Don't let opposite shoulder lift. Straighten one leg, point the toes. Bend the knee back to center. To the other side. Halfway pause. Extend top leg, point the toes. And bending back to center. This time coming all the way down on the other side. Knees are stacked, feet are stacked. You can bring the hand on top of the thigh if you want to deepen the twist. Both shoulders firmly on the mat. And just hold it here. You can close your eyes. Hold and just breathe. And then releasing the hand. Use the core to come back up to center. And then lowering all the way to the other side. Knees and feet stacking. Head turns in opposite direction as you relax down. And your hand can come on top of the thigh if that feels good. And just breathe here. Relax the shoulders. Releasing the hand, bringing the legs back up to center. Reach between your legs and grab hold of those big toes. Coming to your happy baby. Heels pushing up and take a little rock from side to side. Massage your back. And then coming to your still pose. Move your hands to the inner sides of your feet and wrap middle finger, index finger around the big toe from behind, from the middle. And then start to release your legs out to a straddle pose. And inhale, bringing them back in. Extending long, push the heels away. And bringing them back in on the inhale. Extending long and pause here. My shoulders have lifted. If yours have to, draw them back down onto the mat. Push the heels up. Straighten your legs as much as you can. You're going to feel this on the inner thigh, maybe in your calf muscles. Holding here for another 3, another 2, another 1. Slowly, slowly bring the legs up together. Release the feet, bring your arms down to your sides, palms facing upwards. Flex both feet, firm flex. Slowly lowering one leg for 10, 9, 8. Push the heel away, 6, 5, 4. We're coming to a hover. Don't put the foot down, hold it here. Pull belly button up and in. Coming back up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other leg, both feet flexed for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover and back up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands underneath your butt cheeks, palms facing down. Elbows are on the mat. Let feet are flex, lowering both legs for 10, 9, 8, 5, 3, 2, 1. To your hover, push those heels away. Squeeze your belly button up and in as you lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the chest. Wrap your arms behind your thighs. Hug the knees in as you take a little rock from side to side. And then hold on behind your thighs. We're going to rock and roll up and down the spine and then coming up to Navasana, to boat pose, and holding here. Pull the knees in, draw them in a bit further, shoulders up, back and down, point the toes away from you. And then holding on behind your thighs, just start to bring your legs out to a semi-straddle, and then slowly bringing them back together. Inhale, bringing the legs apart, and exhaling back in. Coming to a nice wide straddle and hold. Hold here. Can you lengthen your legs? Can you get them straight? Can you point your toes long away from you? Hold behind the thighs for another 3, another 2, another 1. Bringing the feet down and coming to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose. Bring your hands behind you. Push your spine up nice and straight. Give your shoulders a little waggle, your lower back a little waggle. And then bringing your hands onto your knees. Inhale, lengthen to your spine. And exhale, coming forwards about halfway. Pause. Coming over to the left. Circling back to the right and moving down. Big, big circles over your hips. Breathing here. Maybe just doing one more, and then the next time you're facing forwards, pause and change direction. Going to the right, back, left, and forwards. Nice big circles. Moving around. And then coming to your still pose. Bring your left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you as you inhale, length. And exhale, turn, twisting to look over the right shoulder. Draw that belly up and in as you inhale. As you exhale, twisting, turning to look a little bit further. Holding here. And then turn your head, look over the left shoulder. Bringing the right arm up behind you, folding over, and then turning to look underneath that right arm, holding here. And then bringing yourself up, right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, length, and exhale, twist. Pull that belly up and in, and exhale, turning a little bit more. Deep breath in and exhale, twisting a fraction more, holding here. And then just turn your head, look over the right shoulder. Releasing left arm behind you, coming up and over, and look underneath that left arm and hold here. And then coming upright, rolling over your knees onto all fours and finding your tabletop pose. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Let the belly drop as the tailbone lifts. And then pushing into hands and knees, arching up chin to chest. And releasing it down to your cow. Inhaling up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. And then just start to pad the hands away from you. Slide them away from you long and bring the chest, the forehead to the mat, puppy dog pose. Breathing here, holding here. And then lifting your head, walking your hands back underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes and come to your crouching dog. Push your belly and chest to your thighs. Push harder into the hands, squeeze your belly against your thighs, and then extend one leg straight. Push the heel to the mat, bending, and then the other leg. And then moving from side to side, walking out your dog. And then pause, pushing chest towards thighs, heels lowering to the mat. Give the head a nod and a shake. Then soften the knees. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat, coming to a deep
forward fold. Just hang here for a moment and keep the knees soft. And then bring the heels together, the toes together. And as you come up, we're coming to chair pose, sinking the hips down and then lifting up, hands to heart center. Release your arms by your sides. Feet can be hip width apart. See how it feels. Roll the shoulders forward and up, back and down. Inhale and exhale. In and out. One more time, squeezing them up and rolling them down. Pause, change direction, back, up, forwards and down. So just the shoulders are moving. Really articulate those shoulder blades behind you, squeezing them up and down. And then coming to a still pose. Bring your left hand down to the side, right arm reaches out, reaches up, and take a little side bend. And circling it down, left arm lifts and fold. Inhale, circling the arms, and exhale, fold. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to lift and bring your arms behind you. Interlace your fingers, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Soften in the knees as you start to hinge forwards from the hips. Arms coming up and over as your nose comes down towards your knees. Holding here. And then pushing into the feet, rolling up. Keep your hands behind you. Look up as you do a little back bend. And release the arms. Give your hands a shake, your shoulders a little shrug, and then coming to the top of your mat, getting ready to start our vinyasas. So big toes together, heels apart. Don't forget your little pelvic tilt here, drawing the belly up and in. Lift the kneecaps and the fronts of the thighs. Inhaling, arms out and up. Keep the hands shoulder width as you look up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, swan dive, hands either side of your feet, nose towards knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step the right foot back and pause. Right hand to the mat, left arm lifting up to a twist. Holding here. And then left hand to the mat, step back, take your plank. Lower your knees, chest and chin. Coming down onto the mat, inhale to your cobra. Coming up in your cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. I'm going to pause for a minute. I just suddenly had really bad heartburn, so I'm just going to talk you through this. Holding here, lift those hips up, push your chest closer to your thighs. Breathing here. You can bend your knees one at a time, pedaling out the legs if that feels good. Nice. And now lift your right leg up high behind you, three-legged dog. Lift it up a bit higher and then sweeping it between your hands. Nice. Right arm lifting up as you twist up the other way. Looking up, reach that arm up, spread the fingers wider. And then bringing the hand down beside your foot, step forward and come to your deep fold, Uttanasana. Nose towards your knees. Reversing your swan dive as you inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms out wide, lifting up. And exhale, swan dive to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step the left foot back. Lower the right knee, the left knee, sorry. And inhale, lifting your arms up, coming to a lunge. Or keeping your hands on your knee, whatever feels nicer. And then exhale, hands either side of your foot, step back, take a plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga as you lower. Cobra or up dog as you inhale. And exhale, pushing to downward facing dog. Give the legs a pedal, walking them out, easing things out here. Keep pushing your chest towards your thighs. And then left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Sweeping it between your hands as you inhale. And then lowering the knee to the mat, coming to your lunge. Lifting the arms up or keeping them on your knees, sinking deep into the hip. And then exhale, hands either side of the foot, step forward to your fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. And exhale, hands coming to heart center. Inhaling, arms out and up. And exhale, swan dive to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and then step or jump back to your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga as you lower. Cobra or up dog as you inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up behind you as you inhale. And exhale, step it between your hands. Nice. Lower the left knee down. And then you can start to walk your hands forward as you sink deeper into your lunge. Let that knee come forwards. And then start walking your hands backwards. Bring your hips to your heels. Extend that right leg nice and straight. Inhale, walking forwards. Bend that knee as you sink into your lunge. And exhale, walking it back. And lift the toes, straightening that leg as much as feels good for you. Inhale, walk forwards. And pause here. Step the foot back, take a plank. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog as you inhale. Coming to your downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high behind you. Sweeping it between your hands. Coming into your lunge. You can lower the right knee or keep it lifted, up to you. Sinking forwards into a deep lunge. And then walking hands backwards. Extending your left leg long. Lift the toes up. Straighten that leg. Inhale, walk hands forwards. Sinking into the lunge. Exhale, walking back. Lift the toes. Inhale, walking forwards. And then pressing into your hands, step that foot back, take your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga as you lower. Cobra or up dog as you inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up high behind you. Sweeping it between your hands and coming down into your lunge. Bring that left knee down. Walking yourself backwards, lift the toes, and then inhale forwards. And then if you've got your blocks or book, stand. Bring them either side of you. Going to use the blocks this time. Walking backwards, lift those toes. Walking forwards, sinking even deeper. And then come about halfway down your mat and start sliding your back knee away from you. Stop the minute you feel any tension. And then maybe the right leg sliding away in front of you. You're supporting yourself on your blocks or books or just your hands on the mat. And then close your eyes and just feel your body sink down. Deep hip opening here. Maybe adjusting the blocks and maybe coming a bit deeper into the pose. Hold. And to come out of it, pop the right block away, put the right hand on the mat, bring your right butt cheek to the mat, and then swing your left foot out to the outer side of your right knee. Bending the right knee underneath you, coming up to a seated twist pose. Right hand behind you, left hand behind you, sorry. And then right hand hugging your knee. And then maybe twisting, bringing the elbow to the outside of the knee, or stay with hugging the knee as you twist and look over your shoulder, holding it here. And then release it. Right hand takes left big toe. Extend that leg along, push the heel away. Left hand behind you as you twist and look over the shoulder, holding here. And then bending the knee, cradle that baby. Bring the foot to the opposite arm crease and then rock that baby, releasing that hip, easing it out here, holding it here. And then bringing your feet to the mat, rolling over, bringing your hands to the top of the mat and just step back and take your plank. Knees, chest, chin or chaturanga as you lower. Cobra or up dog and meeting in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Sweeping it, stepping it between your hands and coming to your lunge. Make sure you've got your blocks nearby. As you start to sink forwards a little bit, resting on the blocks or books. Walking them back, lifting the toes, and then coming forwards again, sinking deep. And then come about halfway down the mat. Make sure your weight's on your blocks. And then you can start to slide the back knee away from you a bit. And the front knee, maybe lifting the front toes. And then coming down to your Hanumanasana. See how it feels. See how deep you can go. Just hold it here. Close your eyes. Just breathe. Focus on the breath. Just move the left block away. Bring the left hip to the mat. And then swinging the right foot outside the left. Bring your left foot in or keep the leg straight. Hugging that knee in with your left hand, right hand behind you. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, twist, either hugging the knee or bringing your arm to the other side to push yourself deeper into your pose. Deep, even breaths here, lengthening on the inhale and turning on the exhale. And then releasing it, left hand takes right big toe, extending the leg, right arm reaching behind you, looking over that shoulder here. And then bringing the knee up, foot to the left elbow crease, and just rock that baby here, easing out the hip, holding here. Really nice. And then releasing it down and bring your legs to a nice wide straddle pose. Moving props and things out of the way. Bring your hands behind you, push into the hands, get that length into the spine. Flex the feet, toes are pulling in towards you. Release your right hand down to the right big toe, left arm reaching up, and then bringing the arm up and over as you fold over that leg. Keep both feet flexed. Keep lifting both kneecaps, squeeze those kneecaps. And then slowly coming up and shifting to the other side. Left hand down, right arm up. Coming up and over as you come to your fold. Draw the top shoulder back, keep the feet flexed, holding here. And inhaling yourself back upright. Just bring your hands onto your legs. And then start to fold forward from the hips. Pause with your hands on your shins. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, can you slide your hands to your ankles? Take a deep breath in. And can you reach for your feet? Can you hold your big toes? And then pull your big toes towards you. Keeping your spine long, take a deep breath in. And then pulling yourself forwards and then starting to lower down. But it's more of a forwards bend rather than rounding of the back, and just holding here. On your next inhale, release it up, walking yourself back up, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together, draw the heels in, interlace fingers, and just give those butterfly wings a nice little flap here, stretching out the inner thighs. And
Close your eyes and just focus on that sensation and see if you can press your knees down even further with each little butterfly wing flap. And then pause, releasing the left foot, extend it long, right foot coming to the inner thigh, pulling it up as close to your perineum as you can. Flex that left foot. If you want to use the strap, if you know you may be feeling a little bit stiffer today or just not as bendy, you can use your strap, or you can just inhale the arms out and up, and then exhale, hinging forwards, reaching for the toes or using the strap. Inhale, length into your spine, and then bending at the elbows, folding forwards, chin to chest, coming down here. And then lifting your head, walk your hands up behind you. Bring your right arm out behind you, and then sweeping up, lifting your arm up. You're in a supported wild thing. Push your hips forward, push your chest to the ceiling, holding here. And then circle the arm down. Pat your butt cheek on the floor and then inhale up again. Arching up, push into the hips and lift those hips. And exhale, rolling it down. Last time. Inhale up, lift, show your chest and hips to the sky, to the ceiling even. And then slowly rolling it down, bringing it down and swapping sides. Bringing the left sole of the foot in towards the top of the right thigh. Make sure your flesh is moved away from your sits bones. Right foot is flexed, either using a strap or inhaling arms out and up. And exhale, folding forwards, reaching for the foot. Inhale, length into your spine. And exhale, folding forwards, breathing here. And then lifting your head, walk your hands up your legs, left hand behind you as right arm sweeps out and up, arching your back, chest and hips to the ceiling. And exhale, circling the arm back down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. One more. Inhale, lift, push your hips up, push your chest up. And exhale, bringing it back down. And uncross your legs, extend them long, give them a little waggle, a little bash. And then we're going to set up for our next pose. So this is all part of Janu Sirsasana. Bring the left foot in and bring the heel as close to your butt cheek as possible. Make sure you've got roughly a clenched fist width in between the foot and the opposite inner thigh. Bring your right hand behind you and push yourself more upright. Flex that foot. Pull that knee in and really hold that knee in as you bring you kind of need to bring your chest inside the knee. So the side of your chest is pushed up against the inner, that little bit of fat that sticks out when you bend your knees. And then your right hand is going to hold onto the shin and pull it tightly in. Left hand comes inside that knee. Push the shin back as you reach forwards. Try and get the very back of your shoulder here to the inner knee, and then flip your hands so the palm is down. Bringing your arm around you, you'll need to bend and bring the back of your hand against your thigh. Right arm coming round behind you, and maybe finding a bind. Maybe not yet. You can hold on to your t-shirt or your leggings and just keep working the hands closer together, trying to find that bind. And then relax your chin to your chest, holding here. Releasing the bind, releasing the arms, and extend that leg long. Give your legs a little bash, your shoulders a bit of a shrug, your arms a shake. And then we're going to come to the other side. So the trick is to get the heel as far back as possible. My knee won't bend enough on this side, so I probably can't get into the pose.
Make sure you've got a clenched fist width between the foot and the opposite thigh. And then bring yourself nice and upright. Left hand pushing that shin back. Right arm to the inside of the knee. And then reach as far forward as you can. Flex that left foot. Bringing the arm behind you, bending at the elbow. Left arm reaching out and maybe finding a bind. Maybe it's just one finger. But wherever you are at is good for you. And then just lower your chin to your chest, holding here. And then super slowly releasing the bind, releasing the arms, bring the legs in front of you, give them a nice bash. Really nice. And then come to about halfway down your mat. And then bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the mat, hands behind thighs as we lift up to our Navasana. So pull the knees in, pull the tops of the shoulders down, gazes forwards, point the toes, release one arm, release the other, or just move from one arm and then the other, alternating. See how it feels for you today. Reach the arms longer, spread the fingers wider, holding here. Then bring the knees wide, reach for those big toes and opening out to your straddle. So pull on the toes, pull the tops of the shoulders down, push the heels away. Arms are long and straight, legs are straight or as straight as you can get them. Finding your balance. And if you roll backwards, you get a free massage. And just holding here. And then slowly start to lift the legs up. Point the toes as you release and hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and bring the feet down. Hands behind your thighs and slowly lower yourselves down onto the mats. Bring the knees into the chest and take a little rock and roll from side to side, massaging your back. And then bring the soles of your feet to the mat, and we're coming up to a bridge pose. Now, your number one option is if you've got a yoga block, you can lift the hips up and pop the block underneath your sacrum, either on the lowest setting or the middle setting, if you want more of a challenge, or the highest setting if your back's okay with that. If you haven't got a block or don't want to come onto a block, then just have your feet close to your fingertips, tickle those heels. Draw the lower belly up and in as you roll up onto your shoulders. Slide the hands together underneath you. Roll onto the outer edges of your upper arms and push those hips up. Close your eyes, and whichever option you're taking, we're staying here for a few breaths. So squeeze those butt cheeks if you're in full bridge. If you're on a block, just relax and enjoy it. Otherwise, pushing into your arms, can you get your hips higher? Can you squeeze your butt cheeks more, holding here for another 5, another 4, another 3, 2, 1, and release. Release the block from underneath you, rolling down your spine. Hug your knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze, a little rock from side to side. And then pause here. Bring your knees into your reverse tabletop. Knees over hips, feet level with the knees. And just bring your arms out to a T shape, nice wide T shape. Pull belly button up and in, imprint lower back, and then hinging from the hip, tap one big toe to the mat. And then you're coming up so slowly in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make those hips work. Other side lowers for 5, 4, 3, 2. Tap the big toe. Pull belly up and in as we lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can stay doing this, lowering one leg at a time. If you want a bit more of a challenge, you can lift the head and shoulders and bring your arms long. And then slowly lowering one foot at a time, but count to 5 in your head. Move super slowly, control it. If you've lifted head and shoulders, you're working your core really hard here. So do make sure you're really imprinting your lower back. Chin is tucked to chest and arms are reaching long in front of you. And we're going to do 2 more on each side. Keep working that core. 1 more to go on each side. Making sure you finish on the opposite leg to the one you started on. And then slowly release it down. Draw the knees into the chest. Squeeze them in, a little rock from side to side here. And now bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop out. Supta Baddha Konasana. And we're just going to do a little bit your belly button up and in, imprint lower back, and lift your arms up. Fingers pointing to the ceiling. Slowly lower them out to the side. Slow, control it. Spread the fingers wide. Once your arms hit the ground, circle them long on the floor behind you, bringing your arms flat on the floor behind you. Inhale, bring them up, fingertips to the ceiling. And exhale, slowly with control, lower them down. Inhale, circle them overhead behind you. And exhale, bringing the fingertips up to the ceiling. Slowly lower it down. Slide them long overhead. Lifting them up, pulling belly button up and in. And then lower them to a T shape. Pause. Lift the hands up, palms facing each other as fingers point to the ceiling. Lowering them behind you, arms are shoulder width. Circling them out wide. Keep the arms really long. Spread the fingers really wide as arms come to your hips. And then inhaling up, lower them behind you and circling. 2 more times here. Keep your core fired up, lower back imprinted into the mat. Reach those arms as long as they will go. Last time, circling wide. And then bringing the hands facing each other, fingers to the ceiling. Draw your knees together. Lower both legs one way, T-shape your arms. Stack the feet and knees, let the knees come down as far as they'll go. Head in opposite direction. Pull belly button up and in, knees to center. Lower them the other way, stacking knees and feet, head in opposite direction. Inhale to center. Exhale, lower the knees, turn head other way. Inhale to center and exhale to lower. Draw the knees back up, hug them into the chest 1 more time. Wrap your arms around your shins. Take that little rock from side to side. And then bring the soles of the feet together, creating that lovely diamond shape with your legs. Feed your arms between your legs. Take hold of the outer edges of your feet. On your inhale, slide your shoulders up behind your knees, gazing between your legs. Tuck your chin to your chest, holding here, and just keep trying to bring the backs of the knees up towards your shoulders for another 5, another 4, another 3, 2, 1, and release. Release the head and shoulders down, release the legs. Setting up for your Shavasana, either knees bent, feet as wide as the mat, or back in our Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees long out to the side, or extend your legs to the corners of the mat and take your final relaxation. Gently tuck the chin, lengthen the back of the neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms and your hands. Relax your hips, your legs, your ankles and feet. Relax your neck, the back of the head. Relax your face. focusing on your breath. Deep, slow, equal length breath. And on every exhale, relax those shoulders. Face, relax your forehead. And then if your knees are bent, extend your legs straight. Slide the legs together. Point the toes away from you. Inhale, arms up, long overhead. Interlace fingers. Push the palms away as you flex your feet and point your feet. Point, flex, and then drawing the knees into the chest, rolling onto one side, bringing yourselves up to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose. Hands just resting on the knees, close your eyes, draw length into your spine, pull the tops of the shoulders down, draw length into your neck, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, open your mouth, make some noise. On your next inhale, bringing your hands to heart center, to the third eye, and namaste, my lovelies. Thank you for joining me.